Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel, SunshinehazeCo. I am Aja A. As you see tarot cards on your screen, you know it's time for a new moon reading. This time around, we are looking at the Libra lunar cycle. So looking at the month of October. This video is for the Sagittarian, Sag Sun, Sag Moon, and Sag Rising. So before I get started, if you feel like what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which I do have links down below in the description box, okay? And this is a typical, that was a mouthful. This is the typical 4-card spread, looking at the energies coming in for you, the energy that you need to be tapping into during the month of October under the Libra influence, any challenges or obstacles you might be facing. As we are talking about Libra, looking at where you need to adjust the scales to come into alignment with, your highest good. And as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? Excuse me. So let's just go on and get started, Sag. First card that I have coming up in your spread is trust. And when I first pulled it, I was like, trust the process or trust yourself. And as I pulled the rest of the cards, I was like, oh, no, trust the process and trust yourself. So the message that I have coming up here, Sag, is with us coming into the season of change, we are right smack dab at the beginning of it. So the energy is intense, and this new moon in Libra is a super moon, so the energy is even more intense. I feel like there may be some situations, or there may be some conversations, or there may be just some shit going down. And I don't necessarily know that it's bad, but I'll talk about it a little bit in the next card. But whatever is going on around you, Sag, and you guys don't really have a problem with doing this. I feel like it's just very important for you to let things happen as they should. But I do feel like I need to tell you guys not to try to change the course of action. I feel like you really need to let things play out as they should. Don't be resistant to what's coming in. Just kind of look at it on a wider scale, from a different perspective. Try to see things on a different horizon. Whatever is going down for you during this next month is happening because it needs to. You guys are creeping up on your new years, so I get the sense that you got the 10 of Wands behind this, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and you got the 7 of Wands in your spread too, so a lot of fire. I feel like there's some things that just need to be burned up, cleared out, and fire is a cleansing agent. Although we are in an air lunar cycle, I think that this lunar cycle for you guys is going to be all about figuring out and understanding why all of this fire is happening around you, and then just letting it happen as it should. The trust card is a 16 card, which breaks down to 7, which is the number of divinity. It's the number of truth and philosophy. So as things happen, understand they're happening as they should. Trust the process and trust yourself. Trust that what is happening is best for you, okay? And I think that's all I want to talk about with this card. I do want to get a little bit more into detail with the next card, though. You've got the 10 of Wands coming up in the position of the crossing energy for you, which is in the position of crossing the position of trust. 10 of Wands, one of my odd shit cards. This is not one of my favorite cards to see. This is a fire card, but this is a card of you putting and devoting your energy into just everything that you can, and then eventually burning out. This is a crossing energy, and it's crossing the trust. So I feel like whatever is going to be happening for you during this next month, Sag, you may not necessarily want it to happen, but understand everything happens as it should, when it should, how it should, because there's a reason for it, and it will all become clear to you eventually. But this is the process. This is the time that you need to allow it to happen. Trust the process. This crossing card here is telling me, Sag, that you don't really trust the process. I feel like there might be some things that you're holding on to, or some situations that you're trying to make work out, or whatever. Therefore, you're putting all your energy into all these different things to make sure that things play out the way that you think you want them to. Therefore, you're not trusting the process, and you're crossing it. You understand, especially in like karmic situations, and you got a 7. This breaks down to a 7 here, and we're in a Libra lunar cycle. We're coming into change in the fall, and we've got also, this cardinal energy of a new beginning, a new change for you. With this card being here and this card crossing it, it's like, Sag, you understand that there's change that needs to come in, but you don't trust that that's the change that you want or the change that you need. You're like, nah, I want to keep whatever I got going on over here. So let me do this. 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 And now you're doing all these things. You're burning out. And is that even salvaging what you think needs to be salvaged? No. It's just causing a whole bunch more chaos and for a lot more energy for you to be spending. So Sag, again, trust the process. You cannot be out here fighting the change, being resistant to change. We're in the season of change. What do you think is going to happen there in any situation that needs to be moved out of or shut down or cleared out or shifted? When you don't do what needs to be done, that's when the shit starts to hit the fan. And you got the 10 of Wands, which is a shit hit the fan card here. So this is telling me, Sag, that you might be a little bit of resistant to the change coming in, but you've got to get over that. You got to just allow it to happen, okay? Next card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of the 7 of Wands. I'm sorry, it's in the position of the Libra energy, where you need to adjust the scales to come in alignment with your highest good, and you've got the 7 of Wands. This is an interesting card coming up here. This 10 of Wands says you're devoting your energy into everything and everyone outside of you to keep whatever situation you think is best for you. The 7 of Wands coming here is saying, actually, Sag, that situation might not be it. This is a theme that's been coming up a lot with these Libra readings. It's attention to self. The 7 of Wands is a self card, and this is a card that points to breaking out and doing your own thing, treading the path alone, and having the motivation and the drive and the will, and understanding that this is where your passion should be, because you should be passionate about yourself. These situations that you're devoting all your energy into with that 10 of Wands, are they really beneficial to you, or does it look beneficial? Does it even feel beneficial, or does it look beneficial? Does it sound good, or is it really good? You know what I'm saying? And the 7 of Wands card here is telling me that maybe those situations are just not meant for you, or maybe not meant for you right now. Right now, it's all about, like I said, attention to self and doing your own thing and doing what needs to be done in order for you to find yourself in the spaces and the places that you need to be in. And this is a card that says people may not understand you. And also, you know, people may be coming at you like, well, why are you leaving this behind? Why are you doing this? Why didn't you try harder? And blah, 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 blah. But if you look at the imagery on this card, this dude has his own wand, and he's casting all those other wands away. All the shit coming at him, he's like, look, I don't give a fuck about nothing that you saying. I got my shit right here. I'm good. Stop bothering me. I'm about to go and do my own thing, okay? You don't need to understand why I did what I did. You don't need to understand why I move how I move. All you need to understand is that I got moves to make, and that's what I'm about to go and do. So 7 of Wands, you might have to break free from some situations. You might have to cut off, not necessarily cut off some people, but cut off some influence from some people. You might have to, you know, step outside of your own box or the boxes that you've created with others and say, okay, it's actually time for me to go it alone and figure it out myself. It's time for me to live a little bit of my life. Attention to self. I keep saying that in this spread. And so I feel like for a lot of you Sagittarius, you really are spending your energy and putting your energy into shit that's not beneficial to you, and is also not being reciprocated, and is also spending your energy and you're not getting anything back, which is really burning you out, whether you feel it yet or not. And if you continue to work within that crossing energy during the month of October, guarantee me you will feel it. But this 7 of Wands says that you don't necessarily have to. But in order for you to break out of that 10 of Wands, you've got to have a little faith in the self, and have faith in the fact that whatever path you create for yourself, no matter who you think you're leaving behind or what you think you're leaving behind, you've got your life to live. You've got one person to impress, and that person is you. So do what you got to do to impress yourself. Do what you got to do to make yourself happy. Okay, Sag? Fuck all that other shit. Okay. Last card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of the soul message, and you've got message in a bottle. And you guys are a very intuitive sign, very spiritual. And so the first thing that I got right away is that there's going to be some sort of synchronicity or some sort of instance or literally some sort of clairvoyant message or something, a download, whatever, that makes you think about whatever situation this is or whatever things these are with that 10 of Wands, and really kind of opens your eyes and shifts your perspective. You will have that knowledge, but I do get the sense that you guys are going to not really be with the shits at first. But message in a bottle says that this is being sent to you, is being told to you in order to prepare you for either for what's about to go down, or to prepare you for how to transition out of what you need to transition out of. So just pay very close attention to spiritual messages, to the things going on around you, to synchronicities, even reading between the lines and things that people are saying. Whatever's meant to come out, whatever's meant to come to you will come to you, but sometimes it comes to you in the craziest of ways. So just be very mindful, pay attention to everything going on around you during this next month. Tap into that Sag, psychic, intuitive, spiritual energy, and just really get a sense for and a feel for what really needs to be going down in your life, okay? Message in a bottle. I don't want to say a warning, but you're giving, like, you're being given, you know, a little bit of a heads up as to how to get yourself out and how to move forward and how to prepare, okay? So yeah, all that I want to break that down into for you, Sag, is attention to self. You got to do your own thing for a little bit. Apparently you're supposed to be doing that right now, so I don't know. Whatever that means to you, I hope it provided you with some insight. Again, this is a general reading. If you feel like it didn't resonate with you, check out your moon and or rising sign. If you want your own personal reading, you can book one with me through my Etsy shop. I am having a fall sale as well. And also check out that Libra Lunar Cycle video talking about the energies that we're dealing with as a collective. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.